All right, I greet you lovers of freedom. If today is the first time of coming across our video and you like the way we are propagating this gospel, please hit the like button. Very, very important. Excuse me. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share, subscribe, hit the like button. Very important. You know, one thing about these Westerners, these Western people, that's why, you know, everything has an expiry date. Everything has an expiry date. You see, Ibrahim Traore is where they made the highest mistake. For attempting that man, that is where they are called fool for Africa. And men, unapologetically, we got to be exposing the atrocities of the West. We got to be exposing the atrocities of the West, because these guys, they believe they are playing God. You know, they thought they used our ancestors, they used our fathers, they used our grandfathers. They think that this very generation, they will still use us. Non possible, no go possible. You see, this very generation, now we go end the dominance of this West in Africa. Now this our generation go end them. This our generation go end the dominance, the intimidation of this West in Africa. You will watch this video in an interview. This is an interview that Julius Malema had with one of the Western journalists. If you see how arrogantly, you know, he was talking, asking Julius Malema, why do you support Putin? Don't you know that ISIS is looking for Putin? Now, trust Julius Malema now. You know they waste time. Trust Julius Malema. You know they waste time. Julius Malema, come ask him. Looking for Putin for what? Say he committed a war crime. Say, really? War crime? So West have the impetus to talk about war crime. You say, if ISIS is looking for Putin, they should first of all go and look for Bush. Go and arrest Bush. They should first of all go and arrest the UK Prime Minister. So look, say, look at how they destroy Libya. Just because of one man, they destroy Libya. He finished the guy. Trust Malema now. You know they fail. Malema know the door. You know they fail. Trashed the guy. So you have the boldness to talk about. You have the courage to say ISIS is looking for Putin. Say yes, what Putin is fighting is a just cause. That America cannot allow Russia to come and have a military base in Cuba. America cannot allow Russia to come and have military base in Canada or Mexico. What you know you cannot tolerate. You want other person. You want another people to take it. Because you believe you have media, you have fake media like CNN, like BBC. You will give them script. They will be singing it as song every minute until it sinks into the subconscious mind of people. They will start believing that you are saying the truth. They will start believing that what you guys are saying is the truth, whereas they are all lies. You will just pick up a very deceptive narrative. You put it out there in media. Start pushing the narrative. In this generation, you know they work again. How many people they watch? Even they watch CNN. Now everybody have the smartphone. People are getting first-hand information right from where the scene, right from the scene. This is not the time that you guys will just pick up the story, you know, arrange it to suit the narrative you guys want and put it out there. Now everybody have smartphone. As the event is taking place. People are covering it with their smartphone. First-hand information, people will be saying it. So that time of pushing wrong narrative, this is the narrative you guys have been selling about Putin. A communist, he has been in power, he in a democracy. This one, he is an authoritarian, he don't want to leave power. Look at African head of states and president that are messing up. Look at the last election of that Abuja regime, that damnation. The election that it was so obvious that the rigging is even childish. The rigging was so childish. It was American ambassador and British ambassador. We are the first people that congratulated Tinubu. And these people will still come to be telling you democracy. They will still have the impetus to be, telling you democracy. Democracy, our food. Communist is even better than this democracy that this West are pushing. There was a video I made, one of the white man, that spearheaded this democracy, that pushed this narrative of democracy to Africa, said the sole aim of them bringing or pushing democracy to Africa is to put a puppet that will control and loot the resources in Africa. That's the sole aim. They don't give Africa democracy for them to develop. The sole aim of giving Africa democracy is to put a puppet they will control, then they will loot the resources in Africa. Jojo finished this one here. On their knees, want you guys to watch the arrogance of these guys. You see these Westerners, as they breaks, I get pissed off about them. As they breaks, I get pissed off about these guys. Enough is enough. African children have waken up. When I see what they play about Ibrahim Traore, protest all over the world. Even that general never expected. Even in the soil of America, people protested en masse. Enough. Enough is enough. For how long? You've been making this continent for centuries. You've been making this continent for centuries. You bought them as slave. You did all manner of things. Even till date, you are making. Now they say, no, enough is enough. You've milked enough. Check, you guys don't even have conscience. Most of the countries, you guys are taking these resources there. The people there barely eat. 3 square meal. They barely eat 3 square meal. But you guys are taking resources that is sustaining the economy of your various countries. It's sustaining it. You don't even touch you guys to say, let us build this thing. Rather, you will use, excuse me, you will use a useless loan to cage their corrupt leader more. You will use useless loan via IMF and World Bank to cage the African useless corrupt leaders the more. You will give them loan, no accountability. And they will still come, you will still give them loan. So that you will cage them more. You see this generation. This generation said, they no go agree again. They no go agree again. Our eye don't open. Our eyes don't open well. Our eyes don't open. I want you guys to watch, see how Julius Malema finished this one. What's up? No wasting of time.
With Russia, with India, with Brazil, with China. So why are you asking me as if it's some policy that is going to be implemented after I took over? South Africa is in alliance with Russia now.
South Africa right now calls itself non-aligned.
In the context of the war, but these are two different things. South Africa is an ally of Russia. Now, the second question is, where does South Africa stand on the war? It says I'm a non-aligned in relation to war, but Russia remains South Africa's friend. So we cannot create confusion around there. Don't create an impression that it is Malema who's going to come and create an alliance with Russia.
But there are some very specific...
Actually, I will
go
beyond that. I will go beyond the friendship with Russia, and in the war, I will align with Russia, and I will even supply the weapons to Russia. Because Russia is in a war with imperialism, and any agenda that seeks to push back imperialist agendas is well within the policies of the EFF.
You say, quite clearly, I would arm Vladimir Putin.
Yes.
You know that the International Criminal Court wants Vladimir Putin to face war crimes charges.
It must start with Tony Blair. It must start with George Bush. It must go to Barack Obama. Then it can go to Putin.
So let's get this straight. You're saying to me that your policy, if you were in power in South Africa, is quite simple. That your enemy's enemy, and it seems you regard the US and its allies as the enemy, your enemy's enemy is your friend. Never mind if he's a suspected war criminal, never mind if the UN and the ICC say they have compelling evidence of Russian war crimes. You don't care. As far as you're concerned, my enemy's enemy is my friend.
You're exaggerating, but another point which you don't want me to go there is that Tony Blair accepted that they were wrong about Saddam Hussein to an extent that he did an apology of a thug, right? You have never called for his arrest. A man admitting that I was wrong. To how many people died there, killed by those people. So all I'm saying is we are with President Putin because it's not enemy of my enemy. It is an anti-imperialist agenda that says the American dominance and its allies should be undermined at all costs.
Anti-imperialism, even though Vladimir Putin is quite explicit about his desire to revive a form of empire. He says countries like Ukraine have no right to independent sovereign existence. He appears to believe that the best thing would be to revive an empire, the Soviet empire. But you're anti-imperialist?
We are anti-imperialist. That's a debate for another day. The war is not what he's talking. The war is about the expansion. And had there been a common ground found, this could have been avoided. We are not for imperialism, even if it were to come from Russia. If he does that, we'll condemn it. But we know for a fact that progressive forces such as China have also aligned themselves with Putin to try and create an alternative from the imperialist domination of the world. And that's what the EFF is about.
You